Okay, so this video is on this. This is a flag box that I made. It's the first one I made. It's certainly not perfect, but it's a flag box that was made. And I'll kind of tell you the story behind it after I show you a little bit about it. Uh, if you look, excuse me, this is walnut. It's got walnut here. These pieces are walnut. This is a sugar maple. One person called it an inlay. It's not. This is, as you can see, it goes all the way around. So they were two pieces of black walnut with some sugar maple or hard maple in between. If we lay this down, one of the big things that you see that's different, and you can see the sugar maple, excuse me, goes all the way around. And you can see there, I did the best I could to match it up so that you can see it. And one of the things that you notice right off looking at this box is the fact that it does not have a lid. I left that, by the way, I left that piece of sugar maple in with some imperfections in it. If you look at the top, you can see the top itself is routed, has a routed edge here. And then if you look, there was actually a groove cut in. I used a table saw to match up that groove so that a lid went in. I'm sorry, a lid wasn't there, but so the glass went in all the way around. I didn't think one with a lid looked as finished or as professional. It didn't look as permanent. You can see some of the corners here, the 22.5-degree corners here were a challenge. I had to make a tenon sled for that, and we can talk about how to do that later. And this is the 90-degree or a 45-degree angle on each board. One of the things that, excuse me, you'll see on this is when you look at it, the glass cost about $13 at a local hardware store. And what I actually did was match up the 45-degree angles. And I'll make a video on how to make these later. I plan on making a couple more. And you can see there that the sugar maple or hard maple pretty close to lines up there. Like I said, there are a lot of imperfections here. But I actually routed this edge and with this edge. And then you can see the groove that I cut with a table saw all around so the glass would slide in. So what I did was glue this 45-degree angle on each board. So it came out as a 90, glued those together, then slid the glass in there, then used a ratchet clamp to glue the rest of it. So yes, if that glass breaks, there's a problem. It is in there permanently. On the back, I took a small piece of board and I just found some clasps. I routed an edge, made a small compartment there so it will sit flat. Put that in there so when you take that board, you can lay this thing completely flat. And when you do, there's still a little bit of room for expansion. There shouldn't be much, but you can lay it flat as a display case, just like that. Okay? I was not really a big fan of the solid wood ones. I mean, they're beautiful, but I wanted to make something a little special. And I'll tell you exactly why it came out like that. This stain, if you're wanting to know, this is just a satin finish, oil-based stain on the walnut and the hard maple. And down in there, that board, I stained, that's just a real thin piece of plywood. I stained that board with a red mahogany stain. So on this particular flag box, I had not planned on making one. I really had not planned on making a flag box, and I'll tell you why I made it. I have a friend who moved recently, and I went over just to help him move, and I noticed in his truck he had a flag box. And he said his dad had passed away recently. Boy, that walnut's pretty. Really like working with black walnut. It's just a really beautiful wood. His dad had passed away recently, and he had a flag box, and I just noticed that the flag box itself did not look like it was, it looked like somebody put it together, but part of the lid was broken, and it just didn't look as nice as it could have been. And I just got the idea in my mind, hey, I'll go ahead and make a flag box. So what I did was I went to Michael's, the craft store the local craft store. And when I went to the local craft store, what I found, and I did that because I wanted dimensions. I've got some extra walnut, and I had a piece of hard maple from some cutting boards that I had made. And so I went to Michael's to get the dimensions. And believe it or not, when I went in there, what I noticed was that every single one of these boxes was made in China. Every single one. Yes, they were plastic, and some had fancier spots on them for documentations and pictures, but every single one of them was made in China. And there's just no way I'm sticking an American soldier's flag in a box made in China. So it kind of ticked me off, and then I decided to make it. So that's really how it came about. To be honest with you, I really like the contrast. I think it came out really nice. I haven't given it to him yet, obviously. I'm going to give it to him probably in about 3 weeks. He doesn't know. Now, that's based upon the fact that I don't know who made his box. It's possible that he made it or his dad made it and has sentimental value. I don't know. But the intent was to give this to him. But I made it. I made this one. And like I said, really enjoyed it. I learned a ton more what not to do than what to do. But I wanted to share that with you. Okay? So, all right. Thanks for watching.